Hello everybody and welcome to a very quick movie review, I guess. Everybody seems to be going to see Transformers 5 The Last Night. Of course, the Transformers films have their Michael Bay associations. It seems to be you either like them or you hate them. This film got a lot of bad press. The reviews were coming out, so people were saying, don't go and see it, it's the worst movie of 2017. I don't go by what other people say. I always like to make up my own decision. I listen to what people have to say, I listen to their opinions, but especially with movies, I like to go and check them out myself. And straight off the bat, if you are ever in Ipswich, make sure you go to the Empire Cinema in Ipswich. The staff are fantastic. They're some of the most helpful people I've ever met. It's the first time I've been able to go to the cinema, and being wheelchair bound, they were literally a godsend. They would escort me, pretty much usher me directly to my seat. That's old school. That's fantastic. That's good service. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, The Last Night. This is a spoiler-free review. It's just my thoughts. I really enjoyed it. Out of the 5 Transformer films spanning 10 years, I actually found it to be the most exciting, the most action-packed. It's got okay character development. We see some old faces and we see some new faces, and the biggest trouble I think people can't seem to get their head around, this is just my opinion, is that they keep going back to this 1980s toy line which started it all, which is great. You know, we had the 1986 movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed, got it on Blu-ray when it came out, but in essence, in my opinion, the 86 movie is just a huge extended toy advertisement. You know, they killed off Optimus Prime and Megatron because collectors already had those toys. And so they thought, right, we're not going to be able to sell those anymore. Let's give them Ultra Magnus. Let's give them Hot Rod. Completely brand new characters. Springer, RC, Cup, Blur. Characters we hadn't seen before to sell the toys. Killed off Megatrons. They gave us Galvatron. Which, you know, they're a toy company. At the end of the day, they need to make their money. But we all go back to this 1986 movie. But it's not 1986 anymore. You know, Michael Bay has been doing these Transformer movies for 10 years, and I've got people that follow me on social media, and Michael Bay's Transformers is their Transformers. It's what they have been brought up to know and love. And for these people to go out and say, oh, it's terrible, you can't watch this, it doesn't remotely seem anything like the 1986 film. But it's not 1986, it's 2017, and things have changed. The film is shot in IMAX, and if you do get a chance to go and watch it in 3D, then I highly recommend it, because I felt like I was being absorbed into it with the sounds and just the visually stunning special effects. It really drew you in. We know that Marky Mark is back in there. There's some other old faces in there as well, which was always nice to see, kind of just tying off his series of films. He's already said this was the last movie he is going to make. Some of you may be cheering, but I've kind of come to realise that the Transformers toys that we're getting now, I really don't think that kind of market would be possible if it wasn't for the Michael Bay movies. You know, he kind of revitalised everything after the Beast Wars era, and we had this sudden influx of toys, and then we got the Masterpiece figures coming out for the anniversaries, and I don't think we would have got those. I honestly don't think Hasbro would have even remotely given us the Masterpiece figures if Michael Bay hadn't revitalised that Transformer market. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're ever going to know, are we? But the film, it does what it's meant to. Looking at the movie and then looking at the toys do not do the characters any justice at all. Megatron, yes, his leader class figure does look good, but visually on screen he is stunning. And Optimus Prime, he in this movie is very similar to what we got with Age of Extinction, but that is by far the best look I've seen for Optimus Prime throughout his entire movieverse, and I think I may even prefer how he looks than the G1 version as well. I mean, I saw the movie and then I saw that 3A had basically shown off their painted prototype of the Last Knight, Optimus Prime, and oh man, they show off their Bumblebee as well, and the little robot thing. I can't remember its name. It didn't really strike me as being like the new Wheelie or anything. But Prime looks stunning, and they have done a fantastic job of capturing that. Yeah, I better start saving. I sat in the cinema. I sat there, waited for it to start. I went in there with an open mind. I didn't really know what to expect. We've had a lot of trailers and teasers. I think they'd worked out there's like 40 minutes of footage shown in the trailers alone, and that's a lot. So I try to avoid a lot of the trailers, but you can't help but see some things. And when you see them in the plots and the backstories, it all comes together. And you've got this Decepticon and Autobot sides, but then you've also got this human struggle being brought in there as well, and you've got the humans that want to defend the Autobots because they remember just what the Autobots have done for the human race, and then you've got kind of the government, like you did in Age of Extinction, that they just want to eradicate all bots. You know, they don't care about factions. They just see a bot as a bot, you know. And I think something like that, especially in today's society with all the terrorism and people pointing fingers at certain religions when it's not, it's like the extremists, and I think that's incredibly relevant, and it's been brought into the screen, and people are taking their children and we're watching it, and it's getting drummed into our heads that they might look the same, but they're not. You know, the Decepticons and the Autobots are different races. You know, they may look the same, but one, in essence, are terrorists and they want to destroy the Earth, and the other want to protect it. And kids are getting that kind of logic going on in their head, and that's good. That's how we want them to perceive the world. It's probably way too deep and might not have been intended like that, but that's how I felt. That's kind of what I got from that. I did enjoy it. I even enjoyed the dreaded Bumblebee in the movie. I don't think anybody within the film got too much screen time. I think it was kind of quite equally distributed. There wasn't really any lead bots as such. Possibly there was too much human interaction going on, too much of a human storyline with the bots just there in the background. But that's me nitpicking. Throughout the entire movie, I was just drawn in. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thought, constantly I thought, they can't leave it there. They can't leave it there. They can't leave it. And the movie just carried on, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was visually a masterpiece. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will be going to see it again. I will be taking my son. It was good. You know, if you like any of the other movies, any of them at all, then I highly recommend you go and check this out for yourself. I mean, come on, it's the last one. Well, he says it's the last one. It's the last one he's doing. But come on, get with the times. Just go and check it out. See what you think. Take it with a pinch of salt. Don't go in there expecting 1986. And I think if you go in there with an open mind, forget about all these criticisms that are coming in from different medias, I think you will enjoy the movie. If you enjoy huge transforming robots that attack and battle each other with mind-boggling explosions and special effects, then I think you will enjoy The Last Knight. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me ramble. Until next time, goodbye.